What is going on? I'm Zedmont. We are here on the archipelago. Now, we have already thrown code Zedmont into our creator boost. That is going to speed up our warship attacks by exactly 0%, but it gives you the warm and fuzzies. So, anyways, this is my warship. Actually, more accurately, it is Mr. Orion's warship. Now, if you are ever struggling for a base design, do go check out those global leaderboards. Now, one thing about the global leaderboard right now, Teen Wolf, I got to give a shout out to them. I don't know anything about this person, but check this out. They are sitting number one global, number one Canada, and more importantly, check out their island. They are sitting at HQ level 10. This is exactly what the developers envisioned, I assume, because they have the Admiral's Key. They are crushing it. Now, they can get into warships at HQ level 10. They have done exactly that. So, huge shout out to them. I love to see low level players on the leaderboard. Anyways, this is my layout. I am sitting at the 5 engine room level. Now my tech tree, I do not have that building health node. Make sure you scout. People who don't have that building health node, like me, are so much easier to beat, and if you can catch that, it just makes your attacks a ton easier. Saves you lots and lots of gunboat energy. Now, I am pushing down here for Seekers. It is a slow burn because I am not playing a ton, as you can tell by my rank and all that sort of fun stuff. Now, I just maxed out my barrage like literally seconds ago. What I did was I waited till I got those shock mines. As soon as you get shock mines, you have enough to max your shock mines and your barrage if you've been collecting your chests in iron, but I wasn't quite sure. Barely made it, as you can see there. That is why I held out. Shock mines were more important to me than max barrage, which might be backwards, but now, speaking of shoutouts, I wanted to give a shout out to the Supercell developers who designed this season because I gotta say, I have lost to 3 engine room bases, I have lost to 4 engine room bases, and I have lost to 5 engine room bases, which means there is parity across all the different tech trees. Now, I have also lost, now this is not me tooting my own horn, to all heavies, I have lost to all rifles, all Zookas, also all warriors, and all Seekers. So there are lots and lots of viable troops. You don't necessarily need instant training because you can have all sorts of troops that will work. Now, what people are doing with those heavies is you can go something like this over into here, barrage that engine room, Bob is your uncle, or with warriors, you can just skip that last bit and just head over with warriors. Don't necessarily need the barrage with warriors, but shock mines are going to make that a bit difficult. Now, what people are doing with their riflemen is literally just dropping all of them. If you drop all sorts of riflemen in something like this, you just need to drop them. They will clear all of the things. There are lots and lots of viable troops. Just again, shout out to the Supercell developers. I have been using something like this. 6 boats Zukas, 2 boats heavies with Kavan and his second win. Second win has been the winner for me. What we're going to do is jump into this battle. Now, the longer that spinny spins, the more likely that we're going to get a 3, a 2, or even a 4 engine room base. Now, I got to say, I am super sad when I have to beat a 2 engine room base. Even with Tick 4 barrage, it's just 2 barrages. We have gotten a 4 engine room base. Now, they have the building health. Like I said, every single person has it seems like. What we are going to do is something like this. We're going to quickly check the range of that shock blaster. It will be a problem. Shouldn't be a huge problem. We're going to go something like this. I'm going to drop 1 boat of heavies over here, more Zookas over here. We are going to take Kavan with us, and now we are going to head over into this neighborhood right about there. Those heavies are going to take the brunt of that shock blaster's fire, which is exactly what we were hoping would happen. Now, all we need to do is keep that flare active, and we're going to throw a shock right about there. Just like that. It actually worked like I hoped it would, and now that all of our troops are up close and personal on all of the things, we are going to drop our Zookas over in here. 1, 2, 3 barrages. sounds kind of like the Count on Sesame Street. One barrage, two barrage. That was like, my impersonations are not my strong suit, as you can clearly tell. One more engine room down, throwing that final shock right about there, and then we might as well throw that. Oh, look at that. They were very quick. I am impressed. 4 engine room players can be incredibly quick. I'm very curious to see how they did it, because I feel like we almost might have lost, but then again, I tend to ramble a little bit. So Mr. Merc coming in with a time of 2:48. That is quick. Let's have a quick peek, see exactly what they are up to. Let's see how they pulled that off. So coming in, Heavy Zuka on the left, flaring far along that left wall, and then all of the troops coming in hot. Now, because I don't have building health, I'm going to assume, there we go, there comes the barrages. You see how I said it was easier? That is really well done. I feel almost bad beating that player. Well done. Golf clap for you. Anyways, don't do that against my base, please. That I almost shouldn't share that. Let's get in, do some more attacks. Finding opponents is taking a little while, I gotta say. Is that a good thing? Probably. I feel like they increase the amount of time that it will try to find a matching level of engine room, because I know that people with 2, 3, and 4 hate going against higher engine room levels, although maybe 4 engine rooms actually prefer getting 5s, because it's going to get messy where 4s are going to be crushing 5s, I feel like, as they backfill more and more. One quick note is Barrage was the early hotness. If you can hold out for artillery, you're probably going to be better off, simply because you can throw those cheap artillery clearing shock mines one by one, as opposed to throwing huge, expensive barrages. So lots of ways to win this season. Gotta love it. Okay, they have the building health. We don't need to worry all that much at this point. I'm going to send out. What are we going to do? I'm going to save some of my troops. We're going to go something like this. Comme ça, as they say on the Francais. I am going to go like this. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to throw my 4th barrage, whatever. We're just going to get rid of that. That is going to clean things up for us a little bit. Now, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I am holding out for this next flare right about there. Getting our heavies out front. Also, getting rid of those flamethrowers at the front so that we don't have to shock them. And now, here comes the boom, hopefully. There we go. So our Zukas are going to be in a bad spot, but I think we're still going to be okay as far as getting the rest of those troops out. Barely. Kavan is dead. Long live Kavan. Getting the rest of those buildings down, and now we just need like one of those heavies to stay alive so that we can send that flare across all of those mines in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, and you know what? Let's throw a barrage right about there, and then 1. Why that barrage, you ask? Because I really didn't want to watch all of my Zukas on that left side go absolutely and utterly poof. So again, 4 engine room, little bit lucky on my part, also partially because our rank is a lot bit low at the moment. I need to put some time into pushing, but this person not quite as quick as that last opponent. I gotta say, that was impressive. I was really love to see those kind of attacks where people get all sorts of timings down pat. We managed to pull out a 2nd win in a row, I think. Finally getting back to rank 15. It's been a slog, my friends. Anyways, let's get at least 1 5 engine room battle in here, because 4 engine rooms not as much of a challenge at the moment. And that's one of the difficult things I got to say about this parody is you're not getting enough 5 engine room levels to practice. So getting 2s, 3s, and 4s are great for wins, but I need to get better at the 5 engine room attack level. Finding opponent. I think I've seen this screen more this season than I've seen in the past. So I'm not sure if they made some matchmaking changes. There was a maintenance break last night. Don't think that had anything to do with matchmaking, but you never know with Supercell. So here we go. They only have 40% building health. That is possibly going to save. Let's have a look here. They've got 46,000. I think, you know what? We're going to go like this. I am going to send all of our troops over to this left-hand side. That might be a terrible, terrible idea, but I am going to risk it because I feel like maybe, just maybe, this is going to work to our advantage. We're going to send them over to this left-hand side, getting all of those heavies out front. And then as soon as those heavies get to that spot, I'm going to send them right to about there, trying to get those heavies to clear all of those mines. And then we are just going to utterly and completely clear all of the things from that central position as we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27 barrages on that back corner. I think it's going to be 4 barrages to get that down, not 5, and that's going to make a world of difference for us. Going to make this attack drastically, drastically better. So that is, if you take one thing away from this entire video, do make sure you pay attention to how much building health your opponents have, because it's going to make a world of difference for you. And just clearing all of the things, barraging that far right-hand side engine room, making everything better for us. So there's that final flare right about there. Throwing up, I was going to try and shock that back machine gun, but not required. Kavan giving us some extra troops, and we are going to be about 243. About. And decent time. Not as quick as I'd like to be, but definitely quicker than some. Let's see how Squiggles McGee did. Beat him by 2 seconds. Massively, massively huge. Now, if Squiggles had spent a little bit more tokens on that building health, they would have beat us for certain. But if there's a whole lot of if statements there. If, ands, and buts for candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Yeah, awful. Anyways, one more attack. My math teacher in like grade 10 said that. Anyways, let's go one more attack. 3 win streak at the peril of being crushed. Hoping to go 4 wins on one video. Could you imagine that? Anyways, I feel like this season I can't string any kind of wins together, so I'm not going to hold my breath. But maybe, just maybe, we can get a 2 engine room opponent. Now, quick note, if you get a 2 engine room opponent, you can beat them with 4 barrages, even if you have tick 4 barrage. So they've got their 1 engine room up the front, the other 2 up the right. These kind of bases can be beat using many, many heavy rushes. It is super scary, and I don't recommend it, but you can do it. I am not going to be doing that. We need... What is that going to be? That is going to be 4 barrages to get rid of that as well. Yes, because 3 barrages is going to be 42 something, I believe. So, I don't want to finish on this base. This is one of those ones that I am going to make all sorts of mistakes on. Now, I'm going to switch Kavan. We are going to use ice shields simply because that will allow us to walk right through that flotsam cannon. Is that going to be the right call? Not entirely sure, but we are going to hold our heavies back just a second or two, because that way they are not going to get eaten up by those, what are those things called? Cannons or the flamethrowers. All of our heavies should be able to cruise in starting now. You see that? That was actually well timed by me. I almost never do things well, it seems like, this season, and that so far was a huge, huge, resounding success. So finally starting to do something right. This season feels like I have not done many things right. We are at 3 minutes and 21 seconds now. You'll see I am holding out right now. As soon as that flotsam explodes, watch this. Ready? 3, 2, now. Out comes Dr. Kavan, being super, super useful. He kept basically all of our troops alive, and now we can flare onto that engine room, send all of our troops out there. 2 minutes, 58 seconds at the moment. One more shock. Come on, dudes. Get into position. Can we pull out the win at the buzzer, all thanks to Kavan's Ice Shield. I feel like we've lost probably 2 minutes 44. Should beat many players, but win streak at the risk. Mr. G, what do you got for us? Barely sneaking out a win, keeping that win streak alive, and that was worth showing just to show you that Ice Shield, super, super useful. So times against our base, floating around 240, 248. So definitely need to improve my speeds. But as we move forward into gold towards those seekers, those times will definitely improve. Anyways, hopefully there was something either entertaining or educational or somewhere in the middle for you. If there was something good there, please do hit me up in the comments. If you have tips to improve my attacks, also hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, do consider like, share, subscribe, smashing that bell, and all those kind of details, because this sculptor needs all the support you can give him. Anyways, as per always, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to take down Imitation Game. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.